Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels Live. Oh my goodness, I probably should change it to 3:05 because it seems like I never get on. When I try getting on at 3, it just whatever. Anyhow, how are all of you doing today? I am having a fabulous day. It's beautiful here where I am. I'm at my other daughters by choice. You know, some daughters are daughters by birth, by choice. And this one is one of my second daughter, who is a daughter by choice. And I'm at her house today. We're doing some cooking, and I have a cooking video for you. It's going to be up on Monday. Finally, so many of you have been asking me. So I thought, with keeping in line with the theme that I've been talking about lately, which is how to better manage money and make better choices, I thought, why not do something that's a delicious meal back to my roots, which those of you who've been around for a long time know was how to cook a delicious meal on a simple butane stove, a meal that you could cook for not a whole lot of money usually. Usually they were cheap meals, but delicious, and something anyone, no matter the level of skill that you have in the kitchen, could make. So that's the video that's coming up Monday. So stay tuned. I think you're going to be really delighted to see it. It's going to be only 4 ingredients. It could really only be 3, but I added one more so that it could expand. And I'll show you what I did. In the video, I show you what I did to expand the meal so it would last even longer. How many of you don't mind eating leftovers? If I cook something and I really enjoy it, I can eat on it for 3 or 4 meals. I have no problem doing that. And that's one of the ways that you save money, is making a big batch that's cheaper and that you can eat on for several days. But anyhow, let's go over here and see who is in the house. Hey, stay tuned. How's it going? Good to see you. Bobby Brum is in the house. Ooh, tomato sandwiches. That's all I can afford lately, but they are delicious. Well, tomato and mayonnaise sandwiches are delicious. I remember, oh my goodness, I remember when I was in junior high, or was it elementary school? My brother brought string bean sandwich to school one day. He was in high school, my older brother. I must have been in elementary school. And there was a kid, I can't remember if it was a kid at my school or a kid at his school, who brought an onion sandwich. I mean, there were some hard times. So tomato sandwich, hey, I love tomato sandwich. I love tomato salads. In fact, maybe I'll do one for you. But anyhow, thank you for sharing that, Bonnie. Anyone else have some cheap but delicious recipes that only cost, under $1? I want under $1 per serving. Let's see. Oh, Martin, it says in the summer, BLTs. Now let's see. Could you get it for under $1? Yeah, if you only had a couple of strips of bacon, because bacon has gotten so expensive, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. Hey, Barry, how's it going? How is it going? Greetings to all from Virginia. Today we should all immediately as we arrive for the show of the week, push the thumbs up button. Barry, thank you. Thank you. You always remember. I always forget. Yes, hit those thumbs up. Hit those thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, Nora, New York is in the house. Nora, another one of my great moderators, my premier moderators. Nora is in the house from New York. Stay tuned, says onion and tomato sandwich. Once I was down to dill, pickles, mayo, and mustard. So that is what I had. Wow. Some of the things that we can put together, when we have very, very little. I remember one of my aunts used to work in a school cafeteria, and for some reason they'd always have extra pastries, So I remember a few nights us having pastries because they'd always give the employees these extra pastries. I remember a couple nights having those pastries for dinner. We didn't go hungry though. We had the pastries, Let's see. Hey, Vaughn's on a roll. How's it going? Oh my goodness. 63 clocks is in the house. 3 generations. Iris is here. Oh my goodness. Well, oh, everyone's saying hello to everyone. Vaughn said, "Is it just me? I wish when we came into the chat early, YouTube would just play the commercial now." Oh my goodness. I don't even know because I'm not in the chat, so the other side, so I don't know. Nora says, just finished a large portrait commission. So happy. Ooh, was it a portrait of a woman, a man? How old are they? Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I know you probably can't show it before you give it to the person or without their permission. But that is very cool, Nora. I'm so happy for you. Everyone's saying hello. 63 is congratulating Nora. Uh, um, Miss Net says, Vaughn's on a roll. They do play the commercial now? I recently noticed that. Interesting. Huh. I'll have to go back and watch my own live as a replay and see what they're doing. But I don't have any control over that. I really don't. So Nora says, it's always exciting to get a commission and more exciting to finish it. Oh, yeah, I can imagine when you see the finished product, how much excitement you have. The idea of handing it over to the person who commissioned it and see the excitement in their face light up. That must be the real fun also. Oh my goodness. So Bonds on a Row says, hey, Miss Net, they play commercials as soon as live starts, so you miss the first 10 seconds. Really? Oh my goodness, that would be annoying. All right, well, what did I say? What did I say the first 10 seconds? I can't remember. My mind's like a sieve. You pour something in, it goes right out the bottom. So sorry, I can't redo the first 10 seconds, but I can tell you what I'm trying to do here is talk about ways to save money. And I have a video coming out that I'm talking about van life, really some of the benefits of it, actually. So yeah, that's coming up. Let me see. I'll do that after I'll put that up after. For once, I have a couple of things that I will have ready to go for you guys. I'm going to tell you guys something, a little secret you may not know. A lot of times I've already thought out, done my research, everything, but I procrastinated. I have so many other things going on that I am scrambling to get my video up like an hour before it's supposed to be posted, before it's supposed to play. I am really working on trying to get in the can, as they call, at least 10 videos that I've done in advance that are just sitting there waiting to play. And I'm finally getting to that point. I don't know if most of you have noticed, many of you have noticed, I've just been kind of taking a break and not stressing myself out about rushing to get videos, about getting major videos up, about getting lots of videos up. I hope that you bear with me, but I've just been taking a break and kind of relaxing. Jessica went a couple days ago to Disneyland, and I got a couple of days break. She went to Disneyland with her big sister, and I just literally did nothing for one whole day. I mean, did nothing but laid around, talked to Cuddles, because he's always demanding. If I'm around and he's next to me, he's always wanting to lay up on me and have me just stroke his back. And he's always wanting to have his chest on me, just, his head on my chest, rather. Just, I don't know, he likes to hear my breath or my heartbeat. That's his favorite place, laying on my chest, just looking like he's just in heaven, in dog heaven. So I just did nothing, me and Cuddles, for one whole day. And I tell you, I am feeling so reinvigorated and just ready to just hit it going, But anyhow, thanks for bearing with me. I have a lot of stuff coming up, but I've really been wanting to talk about ways to manage money as seniors, as anyone, but especially as seniors, because there's some things coming down the pike that I think could affect a lot of seniors. And I know a lot are already at very, very tight budgets, but I think things could get a little tighter. I know sometimes lately it seems like I'm talking about a lot of gloom and doom, and that's not my desire, but I'm really concerned. And I'm concerned for people who are living on the edge. And I want to provide as much information and warning about things that may be coming up, and also ways to possibly address them and to maybe minimize the harm and the impact that it'll have to you. So if I do a lot of things that seem like doom and gloom, that's not my intent. My intent is to share information that you can then turn around and use to help lessen the impact that some of the changes I believe are coming down the pike will have on you, especially if you're already struggling financially. I want to provide you with content that will be helpful and that will uplift you and that will make your life easier. That really is my goal. So if it seems like there's a lot of doom and gloom, that's what I'm trying to do. So let's see who else is in the house here. Miss Net is saying, Vaughn's on a roll. I agree. It is annoying. I always have to go back and watch the very. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who else is Sharon's Joyful Journey? Hello, hello, Sharon from Pennsylvania. 63 Clock says, woohoo, cooking video sounds good. Yes, yes. And it's one that is so simple, so easy. And it's easy to, as I said, expand on with more ingredients that are inexpensive to make it last longer. And these are filling ingredients. So you'll be full on a dime. I should call it full on a dime or something. Full for pennies, actually. Hey, Broen from Australia. Hello, hello, down under. Oh my goodness. Who else is in the house? Nora says, I cook larger amounts so that I have leftovers, at least a few meals. Me too. I love leftovers. I love leftovers because number one, when I make a lot, it's less expensive typically. And then I don't have to cook for a couple of days. So I really love that. And I'm very fortunate that Jay, she loves leftovers. You know, as long as it tastes good, she's on board. She doesn't mind eating the same thing 2 or 3 times in a row. Do you? Nope. Yeah. She's good with that. So I'm lucky in that regard. Hey, Susan says Nashville watching. Hey, over there in Tennessee. Nashville is in the house too. Hey, CW Style 3. Hello, hello. And Kathleen. Hello, Kathleen. Lava Lindy's in the house. Me and Lindy, I think is it next week? We are going to have a big announcement. So make sure you tune in next week because we have a big announcement coming up. I'm not going to announce it today because me and Lindy are going to do it together, but stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. I'm telling you. But Vaughn says, I love leftovers. Me too. Dandy Dan says, hot dang cooking. Let's go. Broen says, tomato and what's that? Marmite sandwiches are yum. Raw onion sandwiches are nice as well with salt and pepper. Now, see, I don't like raw onions. I like the flavor of onions, and I really love grilled onions, but I just don't like biting into the onion and all that bitter juice coming out. Now, I guess red onions are a little bit different, but I love grilled onions. I love the flavor that they add to the food and and even having them on a sandwich, but no, raw onions, not for me. But hey, I guess that guy, I thought raw onions would be, the pits, but sounds like from what you're saying, Broen, they're pretty good. So that kid that was bringing raw onion sandwiches to school, maybe he was in heaven eating those. I don't know. Everyone's saying hello. Hey, Bonnie Fuss from Wild West Virginia. Oh my goodness. Don Miller says, cheapest delicious meal, Spanish rice. Now that is a good meal, and that is cheap, and it is delicious. And how much do you think it cost a serving to make Spanish rice, Donald? You can actually make that with ground turkey, and you just have to ground turkey. You have to season up a lot better than ground beef because it doesn't have as much flavor. But the ground turkey, you could do like even a half a pound with a large thing of rice and just anymore meat is sort of becoming almost like a luxury. It's so expensive. But you can still find ground meat, especially ground turkey, on sale sometimes. And you know where I find good prices on ground turkey and ground beef is Grocery Outlet. I love me some Grocery Outlet and even Aldi's sometimes. But I wonder how much it is per serving, because if you make a big pot of rice, regular rice, then my mom used to use tomato soup in her Spanish rice. Onions, season the meat real well, tomato soup, mix it up with a few more seasonings, and wow. And then throw a salad on there. You've got a really tasty meal for very little. I think you could make that's easily under $1 a serving because rice is still so cheap. Lindy says it's saying hello to everyone. Hey, Janice. Hello. Patty. Hi, Patty. How are you? Kathleen, it says peanut butter and banana sandwich. Yum. Do you know that was I was watching something yesterday. That was one of Elvis Presley's favorite meals. Did you guys know that? Peanut butter and banana sandwiches. That was one of his favorite meals. Just a little trivia to throw in there. Nora says, Don, I feel wealthy. You gave me an extra O. Oh my goodness. Vaughn's on a row says, Max and I will eat a whole head of cauliflower, plain and raw, $1 meal. Cauliflower, yes, I do like cauliflower. I like cauliflower. I usually eat it, though. I cook it just a little tiny bit cooked, not so it's, real limp, but just still a little bit crisp, but just kind of, I don't know what they call, not braising it, but what do they call it? Blanching it. That's what it would be, I think, just blanching it. And yeah, I do like cauliflower. Hey, Stella, you're just in time. We're talking about cheap eats, and my brother, Donald, suggested Spanish rice. In fact, I'll give you guys a hint. The dish that I'm doing, or I have that I'm airing Monday, is a rice dish. Again, that's one of rice and pasta are some of the cheapest ways to get a delicious but low cost meal. Ooh, 63 clock says grilled cheese sandwich. Ooh, I love grilled cheese sandwich. You know what my favorite meal, one of my favorite meals as a kid for rainy days was grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. How many of you used to have that on rainy days? Oh my goodness. Nora says portrait of 2 dogs, no people. Oh, oh God, when you said portrait, I thought it was a person, Nora. Oh my goodness. In fact, I got it. Where is Charlie Bell?
I don't know.
Nora's going to do a portrait of, I forgot. This is supposed to be a surprise. Jessica, good thing my goddaughter isn't here right now to hear that. She went to the store. She'll be back. But if I can, I'll show you the dog that Nora is going to do a portrait of. I'm trying to talk low because there's other people in the house and I don't want them spilling the beans. But see if you can find Charlie Bell.
I don't know where she is. Usually she's in here. I don't know.
Huh. Call Sissy and ask her where Charlie Bell is.
Mom, you just.
I'm going to have her. I want to show you guys.
She doesn't answer her phone, so I'll text her. Okay.
Okay, text her and ask her where Charlie Bell is. Tell her I want to put her on my live.
Okay.
But anyhow, yeah, so I'll show you. My goddaughter won't be watching this live, so I don't need to worry about her, the surprise being spoiled. Hey, Happy Mac, welcome into the chat. Lauren Alexandra is here. Let's see. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Hey, Silverwing 77. God blessings to you and you all here. Thank you. God's blessings to you too. Don says, that's because I have a chicken sandwich in one hand and typing with the other. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying hello. Okay. Sharon says from Joyful Jordy says fried cornmeal mush and eggs. Now we used to do something like that called kush and milk. And I think it was cornmeal. I have to ask my cousins because their mom used to do it all the time when I go over there. But it's called kush and milk. So I think it was maybe cornbread actually with milk, and they would eat that. Hey, Jackie says, hi, everyone. Nice sunny day in Oregon, getting ready to leave back to California. So where are you going to be in California, Jackie? And when are you coming back? Are you going to be in Southern California? Are you going to be down in San Diego? Let me know. Who else is in the house saying hello? Oh, Lindy says fried egg sandwich. Well, yeah, now they're a good deal goodbye that eggs have gone down, but even one egg still is a pretty good deal, even if it's $6 a dozen. I saw them for $4.50 a dozen somewhere the other day. I'm trying to remember where it was. So $4.50 a dozen, that's less than 45 cents for an egg. Huh? It was grocery outlet, Jessica said. Okay. Yeah. That's less than 45 cents per egg. So that is a cheap meal. And 2 pieces of bread. If you get cheap loaf of bread, that's like what, 60 cents, 70 cents for a meal. That's a pretty good meal there for a good, and protein. Let's see who else. Janice is saying, Lindy, me too. Rose says bean chili. That's true. You know, you can get a can of kidney beans for 94 cents at Walmart. I saw them the other day. In fact, I picked up a can, hint, hint, of beans for 94 cents. Then you add another can of maybe pinto beans, some tomatoes. You can do fresh tomatoes or other, a little cumin and spices and stuff. Yeah, you can do a big pot of that for only about maybe $4, all the beans and everything in there. Put that over some rice, season it up. That will last for quite a while. You could feed a whole platoon with that almost. Stay tuned says, good for you, Carol. We all need a break more often. Keep it up. I'm just trying to, give you information and news about what I find out is coming down the pike. And there are some things, I don't know how many of you, and I don't want to get into politics. That's not my point. And when I bring up, the bill that just passed the Congress, it's not to talk politics, it's to provide information, because if this passes the Senate as is, there are some things that are going to really impact seniors. So I'm going to be sharing some of those things next week. Again, because a lot of times people are not, paying attention to what happens, and then all of a sudden, boom, and it's like, well, where did that come from? So I just like giving you a heads up on some things that are coming down the pike if this bill is passed as it currently is. So be ready for that. I'm going to be doing some videos on that next week, and just a lot of things coming up. CW Style says, say hello to Jessica. How nice. Disneyland is a fun time for her. Yeah. CW Style says, hello, Jessica. They got there. What time did you get it to Disneyland?
No, 10:30.
They got there about a little after 10 or so. They didn't leave until 11 o'clock. They must have ridden almost every single ride in the park. Did you?
Yes.
They said they rode everything.
Let me tell you.
My legs ache so much afterward. I thought they were gonna come off my body. Like they ache so freaking much. Like I was like, oh, my legs. Oh, and I was leaning on the ropes and line and the Indiana Jones ride. That's such a scary ride, but it was so much fun. I'd never been. It was my first time. And then Space Mountain. You didn't take me on Space Mountain. Why didn't you take me on Space Mountain?
I did.
I don't recall. I was like, ah! But it was so much fun.
Okay. Can you tell? Can you tell which one is low energy and which one is high energy? Can you tell? Woo! Welcome to my life. So, I'm kind of a mellow, I try to be mellow, calm, and I have a high energy kid. Oh boy. And I am 72. So now you know why sometimes I need to just take a rest, a break for a couple of days just to kind of do absolutely nothing, hear nothing, have to respond to nothing. That's what I do sometimes. That's why I have been kind of offline for a little while, just relishing in a little bit of quiet. But now we're back to keeps my energy level up. Oh boy. Anyhow, back to the live. Oh my goodness. So, yes, she said she was, by the time they left there, she was almost crawling on her knees. Oh my goodness. Maria says, "Nice to see you again. Thank you for your advice." Oh, I'm just hoping that it's helpful, Maria. CW Sal says, "Good cuddles can keep you company." Oh yeah, cuddles. His favorite place is lying across my chest, and just he's like, He looks like a little Care Bear. Everyone is saying hello. Sharon's Joyful Journey says, "My mom would buy it, but I learned how to make it from scratch. Easy peasy." What is it though? What is Malmite? I don't know if I'm saying it. What is it? Let me know what it is. Oh, are you talking about? Are you talking about the mush? Or are you talking about the Malmite? Someone says something about Malmite. I don't know what that is. Everyone's saying hello. Yes, Martin one says, "Prepare best we can." Yes, and I think the best way to prepare is to really be in community with other people. Be in community with other people that you all look out for each other. That is my really biggest piece of advice that I can give is don't be a lone wolf out there. Lone wolves get picked off. Be part of a pack. Wolves have a good idea and a smart system of staying safe, being part of a pack. Wolves and lions. Now think about this. The most ferocious animals don't want to be alone. They want to be part of a pack. So how much more should we learn from animals that safety is in numbers, even if you're not living with someone else, but in numbers as far as being part of a community, having people you can call. I know I did a video a while back, and I'm going to get back to doing my stress relief videos from the 5 resets from Dr. Aditi. But I talked about, how many people do you have that you could call at 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, that if you had an emergency and would actually answer the phone, number one, and respond, number two. That's really critical. Silver Wing 77 says, "Growing up poor and big family, leftovers were rare." Oh, yeah. But my mom tried to add something to them to extend them to go around. Amen. Or had 2 different foods to eat to make a meal. Yeah, beans beans, lentils, legumes, such a good thing to extend a meal, whether you put it in chili with meat in it, whether you put it in a rice dish. It just extends its protein, gives you a good source of protein. And I love legumes. I love lentils. Oh my gosh. Woo, seasoned really well. But beans and rice, I tell you, a cheap way to expand a meal and make it go longer. Yeah, we used to do that too, Silver Wing 77. Stay tuned says, "I appreciate your topics. They are so important. I don't consider it gloom and doom. I view it as liberating." Thank you, Stay tuned. Thank you. 70, 73, 63 clocks. I'm putting you 10 ahead, 63. Says, no worries, Carol. I find your videos helpful, not doom and gloom. Thank you. Thank you for that. Hey, Brenda Berner. Hello, hello. How are you? Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Silver Wings says, looking good, Carol. Thank you. Thank you, Silver Wings. It's good to see you too, CW style. Rose says, so excited. Always love news with you and Lindy. That trip you two did together was so fun. It was. It really was. We saw a lot of things. We stayed at a lot of places. It was a fun, I think. And then we came back separately. Lindy went up north and met with, Bob Wells in Colorado and all that. And I came back down the south. I was able to go to the National Quilt Museum. But I am planning a road trip, at least maybe more than one road trips this summer. I haven't decided my itinerary. One place I want to go, I do want to go up to Bellingham, Washington, because my very good friend Diane is up there and I want to go up and see her. And I may have a project that I'll be working on that I'll share with you. I haven't decided. I'm definitely going to take you. Hopefully next week I'll be going out looking at some properties, but I may wait to really pull the plug until December, because this is typically the hottest time market for selling things, selling property. But I mean, if I come across a great deal, I'm going to go for it. But if I can wait till December, I'm thinking everywhere is talking about, all the financial people, all the real estate people on YouTube and everywhere. They're all talking about we're in the middle of a bubble that's about to burst. So I'm thinking that's probably, I'm wondering if it's going to be anything like what happened in 2008. If that's the case, it might be better to wait. I want to have everything lined up, find the properties I'm interested in, and if I can get it, like I said, at a very, very, very good price, I'm just going to go with it. But if not, I'm going to wait till December and see what happens. The only thing that could put a fly in the ointment, well, it wouldn't be a fly in the ointment for most people, it would be a benefit, but would be if the feds really lower interest rates significantly, then home prices would probably go up rather than down, because more people would be jumping in trying to buy, and with more demand, and there would be less availability or less inventory. So it's so hard to predict. I mean, but I'm going to still be looking. I'm not going to stop looking. I'm still looking. I'm going out next week, and I'm going to hopefully take you with me as I look at a couple of properties, walk over them, and see, what's out there. And the problem is I'm trying to find something that has electric already on the property, that I don't have to run it, half a mile, because I couldn't afford to do that. And that has water also. I prefer not having a well. I prefer being hooked into some city water. But if it's a well, I'll take that. But I want water, because you can't survive without water. I can do without the electric. I can put solar in, but I'd rather have electric as a backup. I'm going to have solar, but I want to have that as a backup. But you can't live without water. So I really, really, and I don't want to have to spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to dig a well that I have no guarantee will hit water. So that's where I'm at right now. But hopefully next week, just a lot of things. I got my little rest. In fact, I've been resting for a long time, but I got my little rest this week, if you know what I mean. And so I'm back in the groove. Vaughn says, to save money, I eat foods that Max can eat too. I rotisserie chicken, brown rice, and veggie. That's a good idea. That's smart. Silver Ring says, never stress, just go with the flow. That really, and that's what I'm working on doing, is going with the flow, Silver Wings. Like I told you, those 5 things that I'm looking at, the 5 areas that are really important, including sleep and sleep patterns. And when you go to sleep at the same time, get up at the same time, and make sure that you're in a sleep environment that's conducive to sound sleep, not doing a lot of strenuous activity before you go to bed. So just doing some of those things, making some of those changes. Sharon's Joyful Journey says grilled onions are yummy. Yes, they are. They're very yummy. 63 Clock says some leftovers even better the next day, especially spaghetti lasagna. Oh, absolutely. And gumbo. Gumbo is better the next day. It is really, the flavors have all seeped into the meat and the seafood and chicken. And oh yeah, gumbo. You're right. You're so right that 63 Clock, some foods are a lot better the next day. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if it's better the next day. I was going to say Thanksgiving dinner, but I always love it the next day still, Browan says Marmite and Vegemite are yeast extracts, and we love them here. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. Okay. Nancy 3X says, what did I miss? We can't go over it. You're going to have to watch the replay. But we're basically talking about ways to save money and how to make cheap meals that are delicious, but on a very low budget. And people are giving some ideas. Some people have said tomato sandwiches. My brother said Spanish rice, grilled cheese sandwiches. We're just talking about, and I'm looking for, meals that are under $1 a serving. So think about it. If you have a meal that's under $1 a serving, let's say it's 80 cents a serving. That means for, let's see, 60, anyhow. So under $6, you can have 6 dinners if you're the kind of person who can eat the same thing over and over, which I am if I like it. So for $6 per week, little over $24 for a month, you have a whole month worth of dinners if you're doing one meal a week that's 80 cents a serving. Wow. And then, like Lindy said, fried egg sandwich for breakfast or something else, you could get your grocery bill to under $100 a month. And in these days, that is really something. But again, you're going to be having meat kind of as a side dish or as a small addition, not a main course. You're not going to be having steaks and prime rib and all that kind of stuff, but you can do it. And anyone else have any good ideas for meals that you use that are under $1 a serving? Lindy says, I use a sausage in my Spanish rice. Oh, that's good too. Yeah. Yeah, I like sausage. And the nice thing is you can get one of those those curled sausages, and you can, even if you use a half of it, you split it and then make it into quarters and dice it up. A little goes a long way. So at each biteful, you can still get a little bit. So you get the meat, but you're not, or if you use ground turkey sausage, you can just use a half a pack, which is a half a pound, and that still gives you that flavor and the taste and the savor of meat, but it goes a long, long ways. 3 Generations says, I hope everyone enjoys a blessed Memorial Day weekend. Thank you vets for your service. Absolutely. Thank you, all of you who are in here who are vets. Now, I know my brother Donald is a vet, and I know Lindy is a vet. Any other vets in here? Thank you for bringing that up, Iris. Any other vets in here that we can honor today? And thank you for your service. Because I know I certainly appreciate it, and I know the rest of you all do too. Sharon's Joyful Journey says, I do a lot of batch cooking since I'm not full-time. That's the way to do it. Batch cooking. You save a lot of money. You really do. Maria says, the pre-season packets, I have way too much salt. Oh, the pre-season packets. So making your Spanish rice from scratch at home is healthier. It is healthier. I agree. It is healthier. The recipe that I'm going to use, or I have for Monday, does use a pre-season packet, but I'm going to show you also how you can use your own. I happen to do this because the packet that I'm using and the main ingredient that I use, I got it on sale for 70 cents. Yeah. 70 cents. Remember when 99-cent store was going out of business, I went in there and I happened to see this item, and I didn't buy all of them. I wanted to buy all of them, but I said, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to leave some for someone else. So now I'm almost thinking, I wish I'd bought all of them, but I wanted to leave some for someone else. So I didn't buy them all, but I bought quite a few at 70 cents. And that is the base of what my cooking video is on Monday. And that's why it's so cheap, the meal that I made, so inexpensive. But you can make it for even less, and I'll tell you how you can make it for even less. In the video, I tell you how you can make it for even less. But when you find things on sale like beans and diced tomatoes and that kind of stuff, it really just stock up on it. Like sometimes I know me and Lindy were at the this is quite a while back. We were up at the grocery outlet near where she is, and we saw these. It was cans of tomatoes with corn and other vegetables, and they were regular size can, 50 cents. They were discounted to 50 cents. Stock up on that because you can use this, and I'm going to show you in the video. In the video Monday, I show you how you can use those. But 50 cents, and that adds flavor. If you have tomatoes with, say, chilies or something, you can get them for 50 cents a can. Stock up when you can, because you'll use them. And at those prices, you can really make some inexpensive meals. Vaughn says, Lindy, I texted you back yesterday. I hope you got it. Oh, hopefully she did. Hello, Debbie Johnson. How's it going? 63 Clock says, batch cooking is such a great idea, Sharon. Makes these easier and money saving too. Yes, I agree on both of those. Maria's saying, yummy. JK says he liked it fried though. What was it we were talking about that they liked fried? Okay. If I don't talk about it right, then I forget. You guys, me. Okay. Silver Wing says, just always trust God for everything. Rely on God. Yes. And he will come through for you. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that sounds good. A banana sandwich with cinnamon is nice. I like bananas. I'll have to try that. One of I call it my older daughters, friends, are kids that she always has lots of kids hanging around with her kids, has a really good recipe for banana bread. And I'm going to make that. Ooh, it was so good. And she added chocolate chips to it. Ooh, it was so good. So good. Oh my goodness. Maria says, Cuban black beans and rice is delicious and very cheap. Ooh, and you know what? Canned beans, you can get them really cheap, but even beans in the can are even cheaper. You get a pack of beans that can make, oh my goodness, a half a pack of beans will make a whole pot full, and I just soak them a little. And sometimes I'll soak them in a little bit of low sodium or lowered sodium chicken broth, and then cook them in that and then add other stuff. Oh my goodness. You have that with some veggies cut up, or have that with some saute some cabbage. In fact, I'll show you that. That is so good. I'm going to be doing a lot more cooking because that's something that I think right now people can really use, is some good, inexpensive recipes that will stretch their budget. So I'm going to be doing more and more cooking. I think I'm going to try and do a cooking show maybe every week. I'll see. We'll see. Nancy 3X says, Elvis ate fried peanut butter and banana sandwich. Oh, it was a fry. Oh, that's what you were talking about. He liked it fried, JK. Okay. See, guys, you got to remember, I'm way below on the comments. So I'll talk about something, and then I'm going through all the comments. And by the time I get to your comments on what I talked about, I've forgotten what I talked about. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that, you guys. Elvis did like his peanut butter and banana sandwiches fried. You're right. You're right. Uh, you're right, JK. Spaghetti is so cheap and filling. It really is. And you know, the other thing is you don't have to only use meat in your spaghetti. You can use your spaghetti and use other things like yellow squash and our garbanzo beans because they have a good texture. You can use other things in place of meat in your spaghetti. And, you know, as long as it's seasoned well and onions and garlic and all that good stuff, it'll still be filling and delicious. Vaughn says, has anyone ever tried fried cottage cheese ice cream? No, I'm going to try making a batch using peaches. Now you're going to have to share that recipe with us, Vaughns, and tell us how it turned out. Fried cottage cheese ice cream. That's a new one on me, I must admit. I've never even heard of cottage cheese ice cream at all, much less with peaches. Interesting. Miss Ned says, Broen, I love bananas and cinnamon sandwiches. Sometimes I add a little bit of honey. Ooh, that sounds good. I like peanut butter and honey sandwiches. My two favorite ways to have peanut butter is peanut butter and honey and peanut butter with strawberry preserves. Those are my two favorite ways. Oh my goodness. Everyone, Rose Grace says grilled cheese and tomato soup. Yes, we had it all the time. Yeah, that was one of my favorite lunches as a kid. Oh my goodness. Barry says peanut butter and jelly, banana, apple, and if you have strawberries, you will then have a real good sandwich with all of that in it, Barry. So peanut butter with banana, apple, strawberries. Well, that's kind of like the strawberry jam. And with apples, I've never tried that, but now I've had just apples with peanut butter on them, you know, slices of apples with peanut butter. So that kind of makes sense. That sounds interesting. You guys have some interesting taste here. Oh yeah, peanut butter. Grilled cheese and tomato sandwiches. Yes, that would be good. I like grilled cheese and tomato sandwiches too. Oh my goodness. Lindy says yes. She tried Elvis's sandwich and it was awful to her. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, everyone has different tastes, you know. 63 Clock says Vaughn's on a roll. I've tried it, but seeing lots of cottage cheese recipes lately. Let us know how it turns out. Yeah, definitely let us know how it turns out. Lauren says, I don't see your recent videos as doom and gloom, but more of gentle wake-up call to viewers. Thank you. That's what I'm hoping it is, Lauren, a wake-up call, you know, that I know watching news constantly can be really depressing. And I know a lot of people, because of that, have turned off. So I'm trying to give some insight as to a few things that are happening, not everything, because I don't want to overwhelm people, but a few things that are happening that could impact people and how to work around it. One of the things is, and I'm going to say it again, I know a lot of people are in situations where it's hard not to, but if you're relying completely on the government for everything, for your housing, for all of your income, for your food and everything, I think that's a precarious position to be in, especially now, because it would appear that most of the cuts that are coming are going to be impacting social programs. So that's housing, that's foods. I mean, you know, and I have something I'm doing on it next week, but I just want to say, you know, start if you can. And I know there are people who are in situations that they can't. You have physical limitations. But if you can start a YouTube channel, if you can make $300 more a month, you know, $400 more a month, you can start. And there are a lot of older people who have successful YouTube channels. Look at Lindy. Look at me. Look at so many have channels that, you know, can, and a lot of people think, oh, I have nothing to say. I have nothing that would be of interest to anyone. You'd be surprised how you're surviving on little to nothing. That would be a big hit because there are a lot of people in that situation who want to know how to do it and how to improve doing it. So I think a lot of you have so much more to say and to share than you recognize that you do. And it could be, a source of income. Charlotte, hey, Charlotte says, I still have grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup on cold days. I do too. I do too. Oh my goodness. Sharon's Joyful Journey says, Con, I use whipped cottage cheese to make pudding. Huh, interesting. I never heard of that. Oh, I see what you meant, Vaughn's. Okay. Vaughn says, Lindy, tell us how you really feel. Now, Lindy has no problem telling you how she really feels, and that's a good thing, It's one of the liberating things about getting older. Although I don't think Lindy waited till she was older to tell the truth and to be upfront about things. Jackie says, zucchini, cheese, and corn, can add chicken if you want. My favorite. Oh, so zucchini, cheese, and corn. That sounds, I like zucchini, I like cheese, and I like corn. So what did she do? How did she season it, or what did she do just with the zucchini, cheese, and corn, Jackie? I'm kind of interested in hearing how she did that. Did she kind of grill grill the zucchini first and then add the corn, or how did she do that? That sounds interesting. Hey, postcards from Terry, welcome in. Glad that you were able to join us. Maria is saying, in Tampa, Florida, 12 eggs are, oh my goodness, $7.99 at Publix. Wow. No, they were 4 something, 3 or 4 something, I think 4 something at Grocery Outlet. That's why I love that store. $7.99. I don't think I would have bought a dozen of eggs at $7.99. I mean, I don't know. I tell you, the last couple of days, I've really been craving deviled eggs. I have really had a taste for deviled eggs, but I didn't want to use up all my eggs. I'm just becoming such a cheapskate, on things I never would have thought twice about in the past. I'm hesitating to make deviled eggs. Oh my goodness. But at $7.99, I know I wouldn't be. That would be, oh my goodness. Jackie says, waiting for a baby? Want to be back by June. Oh, and by Disneyland. I'm still off work till June 30th. Okay. Waiting for a baby. How exciting, Jackie. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope that baby comes before you have to leave. So they'll be back by June 3rd. Okay, so you'll be back at Disneyland June 30th. Well, that's when the season picks up, so I'm glad you'll be back at work, Jackie. I'm glad for you. Delame says, eggs in is that Northern Arizona? Oh, New Zealand. Oh my goodness. Are between what? $10 and $17 a dozen? What are the $17 a dozen ones? Are they organic? Are, cage free and all that stuff that they put on there? Holy. Now, okay, yeah, no. $17 a dozen. If I made any deviled eggs, sorry, Jessica, you'd only get half of one.
What?
A deviled egg if they were $17 a dozen.
Okay, that's fine.
She's agreeable. How about that? She says, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Jessica just likes her mom's cooking, whatever it is.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
She'd much rather eat my cooking than go out and eat in a restaurant.
Heck yeah.
Okay, you see the background, the peanut gallery commenting over there. Marta says, the Cajun breakfast cereal known as couscous is made from a cornbread batter poured into a hot cast iron. Oh, okay. And then they put milk, and sometimes they put buttermilk. They had it with buttermilk. and they had it in a tall like tumbler. And they put the bread in there and then put either the milk or the buttermilk in there and mixed it up. And yep, that's what they had. Postcards from Terry said, just had a grilled tuna melt. Ooh, that's good too. Tuna bag cost $1, made 2. Oh, okay. That's a good price. Hello. Are you going to make some? Do you have any bananas for banana bread?
No, they're not ripe yet.
Oh, nuts. The banana. Can you put them in the microwave? No, probably.
I have no idea.
Every time I come over here, I have them make me banana bread. It's so good. But their bananas aren't ripe enough. You have to have them really, really ripe to be good. But anyhow, Maria, that sounds good, Terry. Yeah, 2 Sammys. Yeah, hey, that's a good price. That's a very good price. Maria says, get a small bag of dried beans, cheaper and healthier. Yes, that's what I was saying. That if you get the beans in a bag, it's a lot cheaper and less sodium too. You can season the way you want and use non-salt sodium. Non-salt seasoning. Nancy 3X says, wait, what, $10? I know. Is that crazy? Oh, Silver Wing 77 says, mine too. Love grilled cheese and dip in soup. Oh, yeah, that is good. You're making my mouth water just talking about all this. Oh, my goodness. Lindy is saying it was such a disappointment when she tried the fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Oh, well. Vaughn's asking, Terry, what's a tuna bag? Well, I think they have, those little pouches. I think she means a pouch, like the little pouches of tuna. And she made 2 sandwiches from that. I think that's what she's saying. Miss Net is saying, hi, Jessica.
Hi.
She says hi to Miss Net. Well, folks, we're going to be doing some more cooking in here. My goddaughter just got back from my first daughter. I'll call her my first daughter. Just got back from Costco. So she's unloading stuff. So I'm going to be getting off of here. And postcard from Terry says they sell the pouch at Dollar Tree for $1.25, cheaper at Walmart. Wow, that's a good tip, Terry. Thank you for sharing that. $1.25. Yeah, you could make tuna melts and all kinds of stuff. 63 Clocks is saying hello. She said, so glad you had fun at Disney.
Thank you.
She's thanking you, 63 Clocks. I'm going to have to get off of here. It's time. It's after 4 o'clock, and I cannot go to 5 o'clock like I did last week. I just have too many things to do. Oh, I just look so forward to seeing you guys and talking. And thanks for all the ideas on cheap eats and your different recipes from your childhood. JK says you have to get your money's worth when going to Disney. I love Indiana Jones ride too. I like the Thunder Mountain. I like Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, the Matterhorn, because the Matterhorn was I think one of my very first rides I ever went on when I was a kid. But those, and then the Pirates of the Caribbean, that's kind of, it's fun, but but I like Space Mountain. I'm not a ride kind of girl, scary rides, but I love Space Mountain. I like Splash Mountain too. I like all the mountains, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Thunder Mountain. I like all those mountain rides. Oh my goodness. Lori says, Jessica is wound up. No, she's not wound up. That's not her wound up. That's normal Jessica.
Yeah, normal me, all right.
Normal you, all right. She's so darling.
Oh, thank you.
She says, I had one like that too. I feel you. Yep. You know then, Lori. You do know. Yep, that was my daughter. That was my daughter number 2. Keeping life simple. Yep. CW Styles is so sweet. She had a good time. She did have a good time. Whoo! If she was walking down to her nubs, you know what I would have been like being at Disneyland from 10 o'clock to 11. In fact, we did stay that long. My brother Donald came for a visit with his little one. And oh my goodness, by the end of that day, I was like, I was almost in a coma. Yeah, she had fun on the ride, Terry. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. All right. Hey, Cool Breeze. Hello, hello. Oh, says tuning in late. Hey, got in the nick of time, but I'm getting ready to leave. Everyone needs a nice Z. Yeah, yeah, we do. Anyway, a fave, quick, easy, delicious, and reasonable to cook hummus on pita bread, and loads of chopped veggies. That would be a good, inexpensive meal. And you know, you can get hummus um, at grocery outlet too for really cheap. I mean, I see things at grocery outlet that at other stores are like $6.99, and there it'll be $1.99. I mean, you really can save a lot. They had canned biscuits that I wanted to use to make something there on sale at one point for 50 cents. I mean, it's hard to beat their prices. Uh, 60, yeah, I know, 63 clocks. Shh, shh, shh. Don't encourage her today. I'm trying to get through the day without us having to. Shh, I'm not gonna read this one out loud. She stepped outside, so I guess I can. Yeah, those cans. Oh my God, jangling around in my car, dripping. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but she does go and collect her cans religiously. Ooh, boy. Hey, Patty says, so glad. And you didn't have to facilitate. I know that was the best part. Her big sister from the big Jessica. We are so blessed. I don't know if many of you saw, this has been a few years back. We were in Palm Springs, and her big sister Monica, she was from the Big Sister program that Jessica was part of. Well, she's become part of our family, and we've become part of hers, and she has been such a blessing because I wanted to have someone closer, younger, you know, who had the energy to do things that when I started fading. And Monica has been such a delightful addition to our community. And that's what I was talking about, having a community, have people. I know if I had to, even though she lives, an hour away, if I had to call on her in the middle of the night, she would figure out a way to get to us to help us. And I just feel so blessed to have. I mean, who knew when she became Jessica's big sister that would be really a lifetime relationship? And I just feel so blessed to have her in our lives. Uh, Sharon says Sharon's joyful journaling says cornmeal mush. Okay, yep. Okay. Nora's telling me to catch up. I'm trying, Nora. I'm trying. I'm like a little red engine that could. Uh, Barry says, I just enjoyed the high energy so much. I know. Whew. I'm not even going to say anything, but yes, high energy. Yep, Patty, some things definitely do taste better as leftover. Lori says, grilled cheese with tomato soup is the best. It is. It is. Peace. Peace Farvin, first time in the house. Well, welcome. In fact, I'm going to start asking anyone who is your first time in the house, can you put in number 1? So the Globies, we can welcome you and give us the old Globie welcome, or give you the old Globie welcome. And if you're a content creator, would you put a C so we can go over and support you? And also, would my moderators drop your links? Now, Nora from Arcuda, who is my Arcuda 2001, who is one of my moderators, does not have a channel, but she does have an Etsy store. So please drop your link. It's Nora Cake at Etsy. Go over and check out her Etsy store. It's just beautiful paintings. And where's Charlie Bell? Where's Charlie?
No, it's okay.
Huh?
She's outside.
Can you bring her in?
She's very, very muddy.
Oh, she's very muddy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Charlie Bell's outside. She's very muddy. She's got to get cleaned up before she can come back inside. She's out in her yard. So I'll have to show you Charlie Bell another time. But Marta one says Aussie yeast extract what is it? Mamite is a British savory food spread based on, okay, invented by the German scientist Justus von Liebig. It's made from products of beer. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, this is it. This is it. Thank you. This is what I wanted to show you. This is ground turkey, and it's taco seasoned. And this is only what, $3.49? It's $3.49, and I use like a half. Is it a pound? How much is it? Is it a whole pound? I can't see how much this is. Can you look and see if you can see how much is in there? Is this a pound?
Should be a pound.
I think it's a pound, but I use half a pound, and I use it a lot because it's ground turkey. It's already seasoned. Let's see, how much sodium does it have in it? I haven't looked at that. Let's see, sodium, 19%.
Yeah, it's 1 pound.
Yeah, it's a pound. That's 19% for a serving. So that's not, if you're not eating a lot of other salty things. So, but yeah, I love this. I love this for tacos and other dishes too, where meat is needed. So, and what is the fat? Anyhow, I'll talk about that another time. But could you hit that? Oh, thank you, 3 Generations, for reminding. Hit that like button, everyone. Hit that like button. And let's see our number ones. I know I'm going to miss some people who have some things to say, but I've got to get to the bottom of the comments to get on out of here. Patty says, one thing I often do intermittent fasting, especially between 4 and 8. Oh, 4 p.m. and 8 a.m. drink plain tea and often have too much food left over in the refrigerator. Oh, yeah. No, you don't. You do not want to be. I sometimes food would go bad before I used it up. That doesn't happen anymore. Food is too expensive to even let a little something go bad before I use it. I'll put it back in the back of the refrigerator and I forget about it and then go scrambling looking for something else and I'd see it. I mean, oh, it's expired. No more. Doesn't happen anymore.
I did remind her. I reminded her. I did.
Okay. Jessica says she reminded me.
Yeah, I did remind her. Well, what happened, Mom?
Okay, Jessica. She did remind me, yeah, and I forget. Who's this? Vaughn says, I like making morning mash, beef and veggies and jalapenos slightly folded into mashed potatoes. Ooh. Now, potatoes are also really, really cheap. You can cut up and dice potatoes and use that with just a little bit of meat and some veggies. That's another really cheap dish. Let's see. Christopher John says, I'm here. Well, welcome, Christopher. Welcome. And who else did I miss? Did I miss you? Oh, Rosani Designs Masquerade. Hello, hello. All right. Well, I am going to have to head on out. Let me get down. Oh, Lindy says you think it's going to be worse than 2008. Wow. Wow. That was a bloodbath with the real estate market in 2008. I mean, prices on things that were $350,000 houses in some parts of California went down to 100,000. Yep. Went down to, I had a house I had bought in 2005 or 6, and it went down, 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 down. And I had a lot in my down payment. So I had to just hold on to it. I couldn't sell it because I would have walked away from all the money I had in it. So I just held on to it until it went back up. I just rented it out and held on to it. But it was, so I hope for the sake of many people, it's not worse than 2008, Lindy, but I think you could be right. I think you could be right. Oh my goodness. Postcards from Terry saying shrinkflation is bad now. It is. You go into a store and things that used to be in a really big size are really small and they're the same size. But that may not be the shrinkflation you're talking about, Terry, but that's the case. Also, 6 packs of soda that used to be before the 99-cent store closed, they had gone down from 6 packs to 4-pack. Remember how sodas used to be in a 6-pack? They had gone down to 4 packs in the 99-cent store. So yeah, oh my goodness. Sylvie says, I got blackout curtains for my windows. It really makes a difference in my sleep. Oh yeah, that does make a difference. Don says, go with the flow. Donald, my brother Donald, he is a go with the flow guy. I mean, he really is a go with the flow guy. Cool Breeze says, hey, Carol and company, wanted to share a quick, reasonable, healthy, no cook meal. Hummus on pita bread sprinkled with garlic powder, onion powder, and dill. Then load on chopped, fresh, crunchy vegetables. Ooh, that does sound good. That sounds good. Inexpensive protein. That sounds good. Thank you, Cool Breeze. Stella says, I like to make a loaded baked potato. And that's an inexpensive. A loaded baked potato, you can put just a little, if you wanted meat, just a little tiny, even an ounce of ground beef in there with some sour cream and some chives. And you can add some other veggies in there. Oh my goodness. And it's filling. It's very filling and cheap, you know? Yeah, I love baked potato. Oh yeah, Lindy, a baked potato with gravy. Ooh, 3 ounces of meat. Yep, Terry. I mean, you got a cheap meal. This is used to be $2.99. It went up, now it's $3.49, so $3.50. So half of this is $1.75. So for $1.75, oh, you're going to see Monday. Just make sure you tune in. You're going to see what I do with $1.75 worth of meat. Oh, I gave away one of the main ingredients. That's okay. That's okay. But tune in Monday. You're going to see and share it out. If I get 10,000 views on the video, the cooking video, then I'm going to know that there are enough people that are interested, and I will start doing more. If I only get a couple thousand, it doesn't really show that there's a lot of interest in it. But if I get at least 10,000, so share it out to anyone that you know who's on a budget, who needs to cut down their food budget, who's also maybe doesn't like to cook or doesn't know how to cook, really well. This is so simple. So share it out, and like I said, I'll do some more. Sylvie says 1 can of sardines, 3 to 4 potatoes, a carrot boiled, mashed all together, coat in breadcrumbs, dip in egg, flour, breadcrumbs, fry. This makes about 8 cakes. Ooh, I can eat on it for 3 days. And canned sardines, you can get those for a little or nothing at the Dollar Tree. Oh my goodness. And you can get them they can be either in oil or water or even in mustard or tomato sauce. 3 to 4 potatoes. That's really cheap because you get a bag of potatoes, 5 pounds for like what, $3? I mean, really cheap. So 3 to 4 potatoes. So you're kind of making like a salmon patty from scratch, but you're using sardines and you're using the carrots as filler. I'm going to try that, Sylvie. Let me make a picture of that. I love that. That is very creative, very inexpensive, and very cheap. I'm going to make it, instead of trying to write it down, I'm going to take a picture of this. Okay. Very good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Sylvie. Lindy says, I dice. Is that Charlie? Oh, is that Charlie out there? Okay. Oh, he's barking at Jessica. Okay. Yeah, you dice it up and it goes a long way. Yeah, it would go a long way, Lindy. Rosani Design says rice dishes. Yeah, they really just cheap, and you can make them go a long way. Jambalaya, dirty rice, chicken and rice, garlic bread, and salad on the side. Yep. Ooh, my sister-in-law makes my mom's recipe for jambalaya, and it tastes just like her jambalaya. It is so good. My sister-in-law, Merle. Ooh, she makes some good jambalaya. In fact, I can't even remember the recipe. I'm going to have to get her recipe. I've forgotten how my mom's made her own jambalaya, but it is some good stuff. Oh yeah, it does sound good. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Any other veterans that are in the house? Air Force in the house. Are you a veteran, Terry? Air Force in the house. Oh my goodness. So I want to acknowledge any veterans in the house before I sign off. Yes, CW Style. Thank you for everyone. I know Lindy and Donald. Anyone else in the house who's a veteran? Lindy says gravy over rice is a meal for me. I would have to have probably a little more, but that is filling. It definitely is filling. If you can have gravy that's seasoned, that came from something, that meat that you fed. Now that, or gravy over mashed potatoes. Yeah. Now if I've made a meal or made some meat and I've made gravy and I have that gravy, even though the meat is gone, I have the gravy over mashed potatoes. Ooh, that is yum, yum, yum. I'm getting hungry talking about all this, you guys. Let's see. Uh, 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 Tell us all with a green orange t-shirt and beard beard. Who has a beard to say hi to us all? I don't know. Okay. 70 cents. Wow, that sounds great. Yeah. I'm trying to figure how much the meal was that I did. Let me see. It was, and then it was between 70 and 85 cents, but I forget exactly what it was. I have to look at the video again to see. But yeah, so tune in Monday. Stella says Memorial Day is for those who have passed and gave their life for our freedom. My dad and my older brother who have passed is who I thank. Oh, well, we thank your older brother and dad too, Stella. I also, though, I like to think of people who have served, even though it's not Veterans Day. I like to think of people too, because a lot of people gave limbs. They didn't give their life, but they gave a leg or two legs or a limb, or they, lost, from PTSD. Their lives are irrevocably changed, or their families, couldn't withstand all the separation and left. So I think the ultimate sacrifice, of course, Stella, is giving your life. But I also like to acknowledge, when any opportunity I have, those who served in the military and gave a lot also. But thank you to your brother and your dad. Don says he might as well say gone back and forth. Oh, okay. Anyhow, Lori says my husband is retired airborne. Well, my brother Donald's airborne, infantry armor major. Oh, Desert Storm. He's still with us. We honor our wounded, and yes, on Monday. There's still so many in the VA. Please thank a vet. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Cool Breeze says, okay, potato heads. Baked potato with broccoli and sharp cheddar. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love sharp cheddar cheese. I like provolone, and I like all cheese, but sharp cheddar is one of my favorites, especially in mac and cheese. Oh, my goodness. Lindy says, grocery outlet has 50 cents right now, so I picked up a few. Right here, they don't. Where you are, Lindy, they have 50-cent cans more often, I think, than they have here. And I was talking to someone the other day about how different areas, even with the same stores like Ross, carry different products and discount their things differently depending on where you're at, But yeah, I remember those 50-cent cans that we stocked up on when I was over where you were at, Lindy. Christopher John says a tuna fish sandwich sounds good tonight. It does. I like tuna fish with hard-boiled eggs. Do you guys like it with hard-boiled eggs and pickles? Yes, Stella, respect for your loss and gratitude for their service, from Sylvie. Don says, what unit, Lori Nelson? I have a heck of a lot of time brag jumping myself. Yeah, he did. Okay, Patty says whole family of Air Force here. Well, we were Army, but my family here is going to be Navy and Air Force. Okay, all right. Maria says, Lori, much honor to your husband. Yes. All right. Vaughn says, Maria, this way they don't go back bad and heat up a lot quicker than raw potatoes. Okay. Uh, Lindy says, I didn't know, Patty, didn't know you were in the military. All right. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, tortillas with just about everything are great too. That's true, Rosani Designs. Maria says, oh yeah, cabbage is good for you. Cabbage, yes, cabbage. Oh my goodness. My brother Donald makes the best fried cabbage. I always have him make it when I go there. Me and Jessica, we're just scarfing it down. It's so good. Maria says all the yogurt is delicious and cheap. Yogurt and bananas with peanut butter toast. That sounds good. And add all the applesauce, all these flavors together. How about cinnamon applesauce with that? Now that would really be good. All right. All right. Yes. Thank you, Lindy, Patty, Don, for your service. And hey, Graham's in the house from Raymond Terrace. Hello. Hello. All right. Well, folks, I'm heading out. I have some things to do and some more cooking to do. Postcards from Terry says, for dinner, I just have an apple and interesting cheese. Ooh, that is good. I love cheese and apples together too. All right. Nora says, I surrender. Okay, Nora. All right, Nora. Vaughn says, Nora, go with the flow. Sharon's Joyful Journey says, cabbage reminds me of egg rolls in a bowl seasoned with ginger and garlic with a little pork or chicken. Yep, yep. Whoo. Lindy's telling Vaughn she could create a new ice cream. All right, well, folks, I got to go. All these great ideas. Oh, Rosani says spaghetti, carrots, snow peas, and a few dabs of sesame seed oil. Add soy and teriyaki sauce and our peppers to taste. Woo! Great, great, great. 3 Generations says, unfortunately, those of us on Medicaid lose benefits as we make income. Yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, there are going to be a lot more changes to Medicaid, and I'll be going over that. I will be going over that next week. Sharon says, I think we older people are afraid of the technology. I know I am. You know that. You guys know how I am. Jackie says, put a little milk and put seasoning easy in a pot. Yeah, with the corn. All right, guys. I gotta go. I keep saying that, but I really do. I keep seeing all these great recipes I don't want to pass by. Sylvie says near Tampa, eggs are $4.30 or $4.50 a Dollar General. Now that's more like it. She said $10 to $17 a dozen. I was like, what the heck? Browan says hot vanilla egg custard with chopped bananas, sprinkle ground nutmeg on top. Ooh, the bananas get very sweet inside the hot cut. That's definitely comfort food. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Maria. Groceries are not just high in Tampa. Groceries are high everywhere. Graham says bread and duck. Grab a bit of bread and duck under the table before someone else gets it. Bread and duck. Okay. Jumbo eggs at Walmart last week for $4.32. Well, that's good news, Marta. Happy Max says, please look for a salvage food store. Perfectly wonderful food and a fantastic price. Please just take a look. I haven't seen any salvage food stores around, but I will look, Happy Mac. They did have some like bakeries and stuff, but that place, they had one that had bread and all kind of things, but it closed down. But I will, hey, if I could find one, I certainly would buy there. That's absolutely. All right. Hey, dogs are our best friend. Hello, hello. All right. New Zealand made butter here, and New Zealand sells for 500 milligram, $11 a pack. Ooh, goodness. All right. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. I've got to go. I know I'm skipping a lot of good content here, but I got to get down to the bottom to see any ones. No more ones. Okay, all right. Clark says egg peach mango salsa, shred spinach scrambled. Ooh. Grocery outlet yesterday, eggs $3.79, dozen free range. Wow, that's a good price. Okay. Hey, Patty Whack. Yeah, yeah, fried cabbage. All right, I know I've skipped a lot, but ooh, you make your own. Lori says they make their own soda pop and sparkling water. That's pretty good. All right, guys, some great recipes. I'm going to try that one with the spaghetti and. All right, so I will hopefully see you all on. You'll be all on the video Monday, checking it out and sharing it out. Let me get up to 10,000 so I can start getting back to doing some more cooking videos. Meanwhile, I spilled the beans. So yes, this is one of the main ingredients that I used, and I used half a packet. So it was $1.75 worth of meat that I used in the recipe for Monday. All right, folks, love each and every one of you. I hope your journeys are filled with joy and blessings in abundance. And I will see you next week. Stay tuned. And hopefully I'll be looking at some property. And I have a project that I may be starting on. I don't know, with my daughter number one over there. So you want to work on that project? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, she says she wants to work on it. So if we do get it going, I'll let you guys know. So it's a little bit of a construction project, but I'll let you know. All right, I'm going to sign off. I will see each and every one of you. Stay tuned next week. More interesting videos and some information on things that I think are going to impact a lot of seniors. And I'm going to talk about that next week. All right. Love you all. And let me see if I can't sign off of here.